I do recommend everybody play Morrowind at least once in their lives. Elder Scrolls 3, well, it's a game that you really don't see nowadays anymore. I must have been playing this at least for maybe a week now. On and off, naturally. Just trying to complete the main story. Everyone sort of knows the story to the Elder Scrolls 3 by now, but it's the steps you take to get there that seem to make the difference. Okay, so I need to head north. So this is, well, I'm actually going to be commentating while I actually play the game. I mean, I could play it without any sound, and you obviously could, but this is special. I'm actually on a bit of a roll here. Let's see, I always keep on forgetting. Margon is north. How far north can I go? Cool is probably the closest. So let's head there. This must be past the turning point of the story, though. The church basically hates me now because I'm actually completing the main plot. And I have some amazing looking Endural armor. Also, since I'm playing a strength build, which is unusual for me in Elder Scrolls games, I've decided to go completely all out on this with a 6-mouse bell hammer that I completely tricked out with 45 points maximum fire damage. And that thing does a lot of damage off the bat. That's like with a chop, it's 50 points, so 95 points of damage. I probably could have even done more with it if I decided to put the money into it. God bless Elder Scrolls 3. It makes you use your map. It makes you use the stuff that you have. This guy's a dreamer, right? Yeah. Alright, he's got nothing to say to me. I'm surprised the dreamers aren't attacking me on sight. You know, all things considered, they should be hating my guts. This is the life. No map. Well, no map on screen aside from the little mini map there. No compass. Oh, I get to educate these guys in the way of the hammer. Oh, look at this. This is just mean. I mean, to a modern player, especially a younger one that knows very little about the Elder Scrolls, Morrowind can definitely be a big step back if you're not willing to put the time and effort to learn how to play it. Like, I was at work a bunch of times where we play video games often, and whenever I put the game on, well, because sometimes I bring my own games to work, I asked the kids, well, it's like, have you even heard of Skyrim? It's like, no, they say they haven't heard of Skyrim. We're actually at that point. And Skyrim released 8 years ago. Yeah, 2011. Seems like a long time. 11. That was the big draw to it. Okay, I gotta get over this mountain. But I'm surprised that that people have never played an Elder Scrolls game. It's actually a really great series. I guess everyone's too busy playing Fortnite or something like that. But Morrowind was one that I think it took the longest time for me to get into to sort of understand how it worked. I originally bought the game close to when it came out. Actually, I think I bought it at around 2006 when I heard Oblivion was coming out. And I wanted to play it because I thought Oblivion looked so cool. So I didn't find Oblivion, but I found Morrowind, which said Elder Scrolls 3 on it. And, well, I wasn't exactly prepared for it. Wasn't what I was expecting to play. I really wasn't familiar with the dice rolling system for your hits. Okay, come on. Where'd he go? Oh. 2-hit KO. And it's so unique a setting too. Morrowind is something that you really don't see. Elder Scrolls could loosely be defined as like high fantasy. I mean, I've read the Michael Kirkbride stuff. I know that there's so much more to the series that you will never see in the games. The cocaine dragon that is Michael Kirkbride has written some amazing stuff that just would have put Elder Scrolls into a league of its own had it actually been put into the games. And you're seeing little tiny hints of it here and there, naturally. But you'll never see like the things like the Imperial Moon colonies or the Khajiit that took enough drugs to reach like Masser, or the stuff that happens beyond the fourth era, the stuff that he does in his Coda stuff, which is really interesting too. But for the life of me, I can barely understand it. I don't even think Kirkbride fully understands it. I think I remember reading a story that this could be completely and totally made up, and I'm willing to bet that it is. That like just spend time in a room, drunk on LSD in front of like a flickering word processor, and sooner or later something comes out. And you may or may not like whatever it is, but well, it's definitely something. Okay, hello there. 7 trials. So, no, I messed up. I didn't get confirmed. Check my journal. It says I need to go to Athen Sarethi to be named Hortator. Yeah, I messed up, dude. Okay, thank God I have a contingency in place. I put down a mark. Now, if you have no idea about that, marking is one of the ways you can use magic in this game, where you set a point on the map that you want to go to, any point at all, and you can pull out anything of recall, and I was lucky to find the same of recall, and boom, you will be warped to it. Now, I set up my mark right next to our lovable little creeper, who will buy anything at face value, and I think has the highest gold amount in the game. I think, unless I'm completely and totally wrong. I don't know, so I'm going to be selling him the gauntlets and the Hortator belt, which was given to me by Dero Crassus. I'm going to keep everything else because I've still got quite a lot of weight that I can use. Actually, I don't need. No, he doesn't buy that. I forgot. That's fine. I'll take it. Thank you very much. It's also probably one of the reasons why I'm able to buy so many awesome things is that I'm abusing the vendor system in the game. I mean, this is Morrowind. You can abuse the hell out of this. And again, if you never played it, look how far I've warped across the map, all the way from up here, halfway down the island. I do think that complexity will probably drive away gamers that are not familiar with any of this. Especially, like I said, newer gamers. Oblivion was my first real dip into the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, I don't care. But I go back, I think, loving Morrowind a bit more because of the way that the story is written. You'll never really find a story like this. Never really. In like a fantasy game that comes out nowadays. Elder Scrolls sort of, well, from what I understand, I think it was actually influenced by a bunch of other games, one of which was Ultima Underworld. And I do own a couple of Ultima games on the NES. I think I have that there. And but that was one of the games, Ultima Underworld, which is a spin-off series that was played entirely in first person and influenced stuff like this. But like I'd never heard of like a first-person RPG before this, so it was a completely new experience, and I still like it. I mean, look at this. It's a gigantic mushroom that people use for their council chambers. Where are you going to find that in fiction? And the memes. Oh, the memes are still absolutely glorious. Even after all these times. It's like Morrowind has its own self-contained fandom that's still strong to this day. And of course, people modding it may bring rise to that. And the fact that Elder Scrolls Online also has the Morrowind expansion just further brings proof into the whole thing. Sarethi. Okay, so name me Hortator. It's an agreement. You are Hortator, House Redoran. I hope you are successful in persuading the rest of Morrowind to unite against Dagothar. On behalf of the house, this ring, others shall know you as our chosen champion. Also, a sealed package for you. I do not know what it contains, but I received it from contact in the highest ranks of the temple. My guess has something to do with the temple position on your claim to fulfill the Neverine prophecies. Here's a copy of the recent public notice identifying you as an Imperial agent. I am satisfied of your sincerity, but I warn you that this may not be so understanding. I've already seen that. The Archcanon. Archcanon. Okay. So yeah, that's another thing, of course. Like, you better be willing to read. If any kid looks at this and says that, hey, I want to give that a shot, I ask them, are you sure? Or are you really sure this is a game where you actually have to read stuff in it? You'd be surprised how often reading turns people off of playing a game. So you need to have a fairly high attention span to be playing a game like this, especially since as well the soundtrack doesn't necessarily change all that much. I mean, everybody loves these songs that play, but like there is relatively little variation between everything. I tell you one thing though, Morrowind has quite visibly aged, especially since the console. I'm playing this backwards compatible, by the way. I mean, it's probably very apparent, but this is backwards compatible on my Xbox One. You can probably tell by the 4:3 resolution. Not 4:3 resolution, the 4:3 aspect ratio. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I thought I had... Freaking birds. Here we go. Oh, get out of here. Get out. Thank you. This hammer is so overpowered. I thought this was a unique weapon at first, then I noticed that if you go into any of the like the 6 house dungeons, if you find some bells around there, you'll probably find the hammer laying right next to it. Goodness me, is it heavy. It weighs 75 pounds. And that's pretty good if you've maxed out your strength, but if you're playing anything like other than a barbarian or a warrior, good luck. Okay, here we go. Let's go talk to the wise woman. I've been named Hortator, which means that that's one of the prophecies down. And there's a procedure for all this. You have to work your way up. You have to work your way up through the whole storyline. You can't just skip right to the end. Or you can actually completely mess up and ruin the game for yourself if you somehow are able to do that. I think it was the 3rd trial. No, it's the 5th trial. No, so it's the 4th trial. You are Hortator. There we go. The 3 great houses. You have fulfilled that part of the prophecy. You are fulfilled the 4th part of the 7. So, a stranger's hand unites the Velothi 4 tribes. Call him the Nerevarine. The 4 tribes are the 4 tribes of Vardenfell, the Urshalaku, the Amamusa, the Zainab, and the Araben. When you have been named Nerevarine by each of the 4 Ashlander tribes of Vardenfell, come to me for further guidance, for you have passed the 5th trial. The teeth of the Urshalaku. Well, that's 1 down and 3 to go. What do you give me? Teeth of the Urshalaku. Resist paralysis. I suppose that's okay. I mean, not much use for it. I mean, it is like a token of his respect. I mean, as much as like the Axe of Whiterun is. You know, it's actually funny that I was going back and I was reading all the books that make further reference to stuff that was in Skyrim. It's actually really interesting how much of Skyrim's plot or how much of the characters are mentioned. Like, you can find like a book that tells you about like all the pantheon of the Nords and all that, and mentions Shor, Kine, all those gods, and it also mentions Alduin by name, like the Eater of Time. Elder Scrolls actually it's funny the way they do this. They have all this planned out in advance. They have it all planned out. I actually really appreciate that. It's just the execution that bothers me. It's a great world, it really is. And given how I'm recording this about maybe 4 or 5 days before E3 comes out, I'm actually really interested to see what they're going to do with Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, a lot of people have theories about where it's going to turn out, and I saw a really, really good theory about it being set in Hammerfell, because a dude on YouTube analyzed the coastline of the land that was mentioned in the trailer, not mentioned, shown in the trailer, and compared it to a map of Hammerfell. And I think that's a very, very convincing argument, because he mentioned like the bumps in the coastline. I think I'm gonna go one a bit more of like a baseless speculation, and I'm gonna suspect that Bethesda's gonna do more than that. I think they're gonna go for the whole Iliac Bay region. In my opinion, it's that Bethesda has a desire to one up itself in terms of like a map size. And this is my baseless speculation that I think that not only are we going to get... What just shot at me? No, oh, I see. Okay, well, where'd the fireball come from then? Another loss. So I think that not only will we get Hammerfell, I think we're also going to get High Rock. I think we're also going to get the Land of the Breton. I have absolutely nothing to support this claim. And it's completely wild speculation. But I believe that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a big thing. It's like, you thought that we only had one map, but we are actually going to have two. And especially since they may tease the release date for next year. I think it's pretty much known at this point that the Microsoft's next console and maybe the PS5 are going to come out next year. And they're going to want to take advantage of that by potentially having two provinces in the same game. Again, I have absolutely nothing to suggest that. That is completely baseless speculation, but I think it would be actually a really cool one-up to their own development history to have two provinces in the game that you could travel between. We already know that in Skyrim that they were willing to do things like Solstheim, which I think that I don't know, with Solstheim I think would be considered an expansion pack in my eyes anyway. The Dragonborn. Everyone calls it DLC, but I think in my opinion it seems to fit the requirements of an expansion pack rather than just basic DLC. I don't know. I'm completely talking out of nowhere. This could mean absolutely nothing. I suppose I'll end this video with the Daedric quest I was given by Azura. It would be pretty good if I got Azura's star. Get out of here. Am I still being followed? What's going on? Where is it? It's gotta be a cliff racer. Nope, okay, it's gone. Whatever. Check the book. Let's see. Azura. Okay. Give me a second. This might actually take a little bit here. Stone in the ring of family heirlooms. It's a very specific quest that I was given, and I don't want to consult the internet yet if I don't want to. I mean, if I don't have to. Here we go. I saw Azura. Okay, here we go. I am in the Reverine. Yeah. Here we go. I have spoken with the Azura Queen of the Night Sky and her shrine. She has tasked me to travel to the island near Dagon Fell and rid the island of the dangerous Sheogorath have been sent and bring back proof that he had sent them. I may not disturb Rayana Drolan, the woman living there. If I can do this for her, she will reward me well. Island near Dagon Fell. I'm going to assume that's this one. See, the game, of course, doesn't tell you exactly where you need to go, but you have to infer based on geographical cues. So again, it's something you just do not see nowadays. I better be careful to save just in case I mess with the lady there. Oh, stupid bird! Come on! 3 feet in front of me. Thank you. That's the only island further north I can think of. Let's check the local map. Will this be the place? I know that there's a good deal of ruins nearby on some of the other islands. Just water walk, but whatever. Is this not it? To the an island near Dagon Fell, rid the island of Daedra, Sheogorath has sent. There are many islands close by. That isn't exactly a very fair contract. I understand Daedra can be vague. Wait, wait a second. Let me do a check on this. See if this woman's been mentioned before. Reyna Drolin. Let's try this again. R. No, Reyna Drolin is not mentioned here. Alright, next. Could be this island over here. Don't necessarily have very many choices. Oh, this is much easier. Much easier than just, you know, swimming and getting my feet bitten off by the local wildlife. But is this where I need to be? Oh, maybe I could have asked Azura a bit better. Oh, what do we got here? Golden Saint! Yep. Okay. Retreat, retreat! Okay. Alright. So here we go. Now we got a real fight. So what's coming for me? It looks like a Daedroth. Okay. I have a restore fatigue. Come here, sunshine. I got something for you. Next. Okay. Life belt. I think that's what I need next. Do I not have a... oh, life belt. Here we go. What else is around here? Hungers. Where's the Golden Saint, though? Do I have an amulet of mighty blows? I do not. What happened? Alright, let's kill the Hungers. I still have no idea where that Golden Saint went. Well, surprise, surprise. Looks like the footage from the first half of the video is useless. So I decided to say screw it and decided to go and do the Tribunal. A Tribunal expansion. So now I'm in lovely Mournhold just looking to cap off the video instead of completing the task for Azura that I wanted to do. I'm going to save down here because
I got destroyed by the goblins that are down here, which is impressive considering that I thought that I had a pretty good weapon against them. Yeah, so I actually did finish Azura's quest and all that by beating up the Daedra and getting her star, which right there, and which at current moment is empty. I wonder if I can fix that problem. I'm actually a little bit shocked, though, as well, that Morrowind doesn't have its own map. I'm still apparently in Ebonheart because, well, for whatever reason, the map just doesn't exist. So, I'll just cap this off by smacking a few goblins. Hopefully by... Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. They're both coming at the same time. This could potentially be a problem. Isn't that how I died last time? Oh, I capped one in one hit. Alright, that's good. Alright, let's do this. Looks like those roll numbers were in my favor. I'm gonna go and capture me a little bit of a soul here. Because I'm amazing at naming things. It looks like that it is the exquisite, not the exquisite, the exquisite amulet. Expensive amulet. Let's go. Let me cap my spell. You're mine now. Thank you. Goblin soul. Goblin sword, goblin buckler. 10 to 35. What the heck? It's not bad, all things considered. Alright, let's see how much that star is worth now. So I've only been here for maybe half an hour. Only 5. Oh, that's not filled? Wait, so which one did it go into? Wow, goblins only have common souls. That's too bad. Yeah, that golden saint was worth a lot more. It boosted Azura's star value up to 2 million gold. Alright, so this is where I guess I'm going to finish it here. I actually really like the expansion so far, except that there's quite a little bit of talking and getting to the point. I hope that there's more outside of Morrowind. I have no idea. I've never done this before. I've never gotten this far in the plot before. But if it means I'm confined to the city, that'll be okay too. I'll get the most of it. So, well, thanks guys for sitting through this. I would have liked to actually have the footage of me finishing the quest, but you take what you can get. So, well, thanks for watching the video as always, and I guess I'll see you whenever I decide to make a new one. Come on. Come on, finish it. Come on. And he's right there. Okay, good. Ah, that's nice. Thank you. Goodbye.